I'm here with Beth King at Irish Coffee Company in Pella, Iowa. How's it going?
Great, how are you doing?
Good.
Good.
All right, so tell us a little bit about how you got started.
Yeah, so Iris was kind of birthed out of a vision and a hope to provide a space in the community where basically where people could come and be known. And so a lot of what you'll see in our shop is based on science and adventure and exploration. And so our new tagline is for every adventure, we want to be a part of that. So in a lot of our lives, it's coffee and something, right? And so we believe coffee is the and so coffee and adventures, or coffee and family, coffee and friends. And so we just want to be a part of creating an opportunity like, hey, here's a little caffeine, go to the park with your family tonight, or here's a little caffeine, go climb that mountain. And so helping people to write stories that are bigger than themselves.
Okay, so how did you get into the science? Are you a scientist by trade? You decided, oh, I'm going to add it to coffee too, I'm going to test on people, because that sounds like fun.
Yeah, no, I hated school, but I love science. And so when we were living overseas, I came across, we'll put a picture in. I came across an old school Hario siphon, and the science lover in me just got really excited. And so I love science, I love business, and I love community. And all three of those points intersect in coffee. Mm-hmm. And so I decided I needed to become a coffee drinker, and that's kind of what happened. It's a long, dark hole when you start manipulating things and just seeing how one variable you can change that and make a non-coffee drinker and an avid coffee drinker.
So I am here with Beth, and she is gonna help me order some coffee that's not on the menu.
Yeah, so typically people will come in and kind of ask, what do you have? We tell them this is our Dutch front, here's our menu, but let us make you something that you actually would enjoy. So first I would start off with, you want something hot or cold?
Well, it's pretty hot today.
Okay,
Cold,
let's
good.
go cold.
Sure.
Do you like bubbly stuff?
I do.
All right, so we have a couple options in. One would be our jalapeno limeade with cold brew.
Okay.
The other one would be a cherry, kind of like a cherry limeade type thing. We use some bitter water.
Okay.
And the third option would be cherry and vanilla. So kind of like a cherry vanilla Coke.
Let's do that.
That one?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're gonna head over to the espresso machine.
Okay.
Start off with
So you wash it kind of first, is that what happens?
cleaning up.
Nice.
Pull a shot here.
Nice.
So this espresso is actually a half Honduran honey process, and the same, the other half is the same bean but washed.
It's beautiful.
So you're getting some nice sweet aromas as well as some cherry undertones.
Now, do you ever sleep after
Sometimes.
drinking all this coffee?
Sometimes, that's why it's fine. I have small kids. They
Right,
never sleep
yeah, who
anyways.
needs rest? Who needs rest? And then I love the look in here. I
Thank
love the astronaut and the balloons and the flowers. And then Iris, where did that name come from?
Yeah, so Iris again comes back to just NASA did an Iris space mission. And so this idea of adventuring and exploring and
Love it.
yeah, propelling people to do more epic adventures than they could do without the caffeine. So,
Fantastic.
all right, so we'll take this back over here. And grab one of these.
Smells wonderful. Look at that. Okay, and so you went and got this out of the cooler, and this is something you sell too.
Yeah.
Where did you find this product?
Yeah, these are non-alcoholic beverages are becoming a big thing. So this would be like a truly alternative. So it has like a champagne style bubble to it. So it's going to be a little bit brighter or more poppy in your mouth. But still, yeah. So we're going to dump that in here. This is going to have a little reaction.
There's the science.
Gases in the espresso and the gases in the carbonated water react, creating like a elephant toothpaste scenario. So if you go too fast, it will explode.
I love the two-tone.
There's some cherry thrown in the bottom of that. So this would be one of our mocktail
Nice.
recipes. So then you can kind of decide how sweet you would like it and
Should I taste it?
Yeah, go for it.
So I mean, this really is like science, you
Right.
know? You get everything. No, that's perfect. Oh, that's really good.
It's kind of cherry Coke-ish.
Yeah.
Then if you're like, I want to up it a little bit more, we have some bitters that we can toss into them to really just enhance those more cocktail-like elements.
Sure. Let's try it.
Let's try it.
And I can really see where it is kind of like the craft beer and the craft, you know, it's not your grandparents' coffee, right?
Not what you're expecting
It's not
when you walk
Folgers.
in the door. Very much.
Well, and you know, we were here, they were even closed. People came in, they still served them because they were just closing, and you know, it's super friendly.
Yes, it just brings it a little bit deeper, elevates the kind of overall experience. So,
Well, I got the good part of the job.
And you roast.
yep,
You roast on site?
yep.
Okay, and what got you onto the roasting side of it? The fact that everything else was stale?
No. So I had opened a shop for an organization before moving back to Pella, and moving back here, I was stay-at-home mom for a season. And during that season, I just started roasting for myself, and it just exploded from there.
Okay, well I see you have a lot of like the different accoutrements and stuff that you sell.
Yep.
So do you teach people how to do it at home and stuff too? Is that part of what this all is about?
Exactly. Yeah. So our whole mission when we first started was coffee shouldn't be something that seems so far-fetched that you can't make it good at home. There's nothing special about any of the equipment we have here that you couldn't do the same thing at home. And so we've tried to provide accessible brewing devices as well as education so that people can just pick up a bag of coffee and make coffee shop quality coffee at home.
Do you, does everybody here roast or is that just like your job?
That is my job at this point. We have one other staff member that will jump in. She's learning how to roast. But at this point, that is mine. All right, so this is our Galaxy tea.
Oh, I tried this
Last night.
What did you pour in there?
What did you say?
What did you pour in there?
It's strawberry puree.
I'm really not going to sleep.
Good thing Kale's not there.
Yeah.
Oh look, Kool-Aid.
Okay, and then what is that?
So this is a blue chai.
Okay.
Looks like Kool-Aid.
And then our favorite thing in the world is Fresca around here.
Nice.
All right, so I always tell people what color is Fresca. It's not green. Fresca is white. And if Fresca is white and blue chai is blue, what happens when they combine?
It is purple.
Should be light purple, shouldn't it?
It is so pretty.
So it's an acidic reaction basically that takes place. It's not a dilution that's taking place. It's literally an acid reaction. So if we take this is an elderflower, and the blue chai is obviously blue, and you drop one drip of acid into it, it changes it to purple. The more acid that comes, the more purple it becomes. So, it's fun.
Nice.
Is it problematic with like literally 4 other coffee shops within spitting distance?
Kind of. So we literally started with, we still roast for several of the shops.
Okay.
The whole idea with the drink lab was that we never wanted to compete with any of them. Because we totally realized that without them, we would never be where we're at right now. Like they pushed us and got our brand out. And so it was like, we either shut down the business because there's not enough cash flow I didn't have enough cash flow and sales to be able to hire somebody as well as maintain the volume that we were doing. And so we either had to decrease what we were doing and make it a one-man show, or throw the gas pedal down and grow enough to hire. And so
And look at you now.
threw the gas pedal down and that's kind of where we ended up. So there are some hard feelings, but everybody, for the most part, everybody understands, like, at the end of the day, business is business, and that's kind of, you just have to take care of your people. So we've got to continue to roast for 3 different locations here in town, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And there was another location that we kind of partnered with to help get going, and they shut down maybe 6 months before we opened. So we acquired most of their customers.
If we come back in 5 years, what are we going to see different?
Yeah, so I think the big thing is coffee is changing. From the average consumer, you're like, it's a coffee shop. What do you mean it's changing? On the inside, I would tell consumers to expect coffee shops to become more cocktail lounge style and less like your morning cup of coffee. So essentially in the last 3 years, coffee around the world has increased. It's not like a COVID supply chain issue. This is like people are drinking too much coffee supply chain issue. So all these developing countries who they were just farming the coffee, had never really tasted the coffee, are now opening specialty shops, which has put a real strain on the coffee industry as a whole. And so coffee prices are just going to continue to go through the roof. There's nothing that we can really do to stop that. And so I would say as a consumer, be prepared for coffee shops to now become like a wine or a liquor store. Their prices are going to continue to have to rise. In the past 3 years, our price has almost tripled on the cost of green beans, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're only paying $16 for a bag of coffee, you can break that down 3 times and you can see how quickly those margins can shrink away. So I would say that for one. For two, it's really fun because now, because of those restrictions, coffee shops are having to charge more and having to find that perceived value. So more experiential things, think like a craft brewery. From like Bud Light tent to like going into a craft brewery and walking through their distillery, it's the same dynamics that are happening. So we'll we have a lot of fun stuff on the menu, molecular gastronomy kind of stuff that we're really excited about. And there's so much you can do. Science is really fun, and so if you allow that to happen, it's cool. And subscriptions.
Yeah, I noticed you had online. People could order stuff like Keurigs and everything. And
yeah. So what we have realized is people in their 20s to 35-ish range, most of them have either worked in the coffee industry or have had some experience with it. And so the prosumer home market is becoming more common than going out to get coffee. And so most coffee roasters are really focusing on that industry. How do you develop and partner with people that are making their own coffee at home and educating them and supplying them versus supplying just every morning coffee.
And is that growing, like the subscriptions and
Yes.
stuff? Is that something that you're finding is huge, even outside of Pella?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's internationally is a huge market.